Let's start. I'm going to start sitting on the bolster again, and we're going to start with circling. So the bolster is kind of a nice thing to take you off balance a little bit. So you can sit cross-legged. I do have it the long way behind me, and I'm going to sit in Badakanasana, but however works, it all works. So take your comfortable seat, friends, and yeah. Well, it's like this, right? Here we are, Tuesday again, and it just keeps coming around. Hopefully that's the goal, is that we just keep it moving. And so this whole thing, that this whole focus on yoga and aging well. Essentially, that's what we're doing, right? We're just trying to keep everything fluid and moving and open. And, as we age and things get tighter, the fascia gets a little more restrictive, then that's the goal for practice. It's just to keep things flowing in a nice way, and to notice the parts of you that are maybe a little off balance. Like, I'll talk about this because this is my habit. And as soon as if you just drop your head to one side, you can feel your ribs move, one side waist crunches, the other one opens. And if you're always doing this, so things to notice. That's just mine. We all have our own habits that we keep habiting, and then you inhabit them, and then before you know it, that habit has created some sort of dysfunction in the body. So welcome to your practice, and move in a way that hopefully illuminates some of those things for you. All right, so let's start with the palms up. This is this great, I'm releasing control. And inhale, grow nice and tall. And as you exhale, let your chin drop, your eyes close, your shoulders drop, maybe your jaw drop, maybe your eyes drop. And take your attention to your open palms. Just rest your attention in your palms, noticing any sensations. And just as you are, just turning your palms now to face down. So whatever you felt in your palms is now being invited in. Yourself sitting in your space. Whatever circumstances you were in maybe 5-10 minutes ago, we're at home, so washing dishes, vacuuming, tidying, all those things that just kind of happen. Now settle. Welcoming yourself to your practice. On your next inhalation, lengthen tall. And as you exhale, bring the palms together in front of your heart. Accepting and embracing things as they are right now. Knowing that we are in this constant, moving, shifting place. Open this practice and chant Om together 3 times. Let's begin with a nice big inhale, lengthen tall, lift your chin. Exhale this breath completely. Inhale fully for our first Om. Bowing your chin, place your hands on your thighs, lift your chin, and open your eyes. Okay, guys, so we're actually going to start with a wide-legged stance. And we'll just come to, oh no, we're going to start staying on your bolster. No, stay on your bolster. We're going to just rotate a little bit around a bit. So just as you are sitting, if you need to change the cross of your legs, do that. Wherever you need to put your hands to support you. And if you want to close your eyes, if that helps you to really feel this, circular cat-cow, so to speak. Yes. So feel your head, your shoulders. Notice, anything that's not really moving. Just go, oh, okay. I see you. Good. Do one more in this direction, fully, and then reverse, and just start to circle in the opposite direction. Let's do a few more. Listening to any sounds that are arising within you. Good. And then let's go one time in each direction as a way of bringing it back home. Good. And then find your stillness for a moment. Bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, lift your palms and reach up. And then stay here, and I'm going to add that same circular rotation, and now the arms are going to come in. So if you need to bend your elbows, sometimes that can be more effective. So just feel whatever this is for you. Change your legs as you need. So we get a little bit more into the shoulders and the upper back. Good. And then reverse. And let's also change the interlace of the fingers at the same time. Just a little brain gym. Oh, feels really good. And then we'll just go one time in each direction. Maybe change the interlace of your fingers. And then we'll just come to sit. Just let your hands rest. Pause here for a moment. You feel your energy. Okay. Now we're going to come to wide-legged. So however that works. Maybe just like that. Just push my bolster out of the way. And we'll just come to stand. So make this stance whatever you need. It can be wider, it can be smaller. Have the feet parallel to each other, maybe even a little bit, slightly pigeon-toed. Yeah. And then take your hands to your hips. And let's just start to rock the hips a little bit. Now, my legs are straight, but if you need to bend, you know that that is totally okay. And now we're going to take this into a circle. So you'll narrow your stance if you need to, and just feel, where is it tight? Where is it okay? Yeah, right there, that's it. I see. And then the opposite. Hey. Oh, sorry guys. Okay. And then go back to side to side. All right, and then we're going to come to center. So again, I'm making my feet a little wider. I'm going to take the arms out. You're going to have them out of view, but they're going to be nice and long, strong, open fingers. I'm going to take them up to, they're that way apart. Shh, Sadie, stop. And just reach your fingers, reach your feet into the floor, and look up. Take your belly in a little bit. Soften your tush if you can. Let the shoulders drop. That's it. One more breath. And then as you inhale, reach up, touch the sky or touch the earth or touch up above you. And then open your arms and touch the floor into your forward fold. Here comes my Prince Charming to rescue me from barking dog. All right, and then with your hands on the floor, again, we're going to rock, but this time we're going to bend a knee and shift the weight over from side to side. Thank you, Bart. All right, and then come to your center, inhale, and as you exhale, we'll fold down. So be kind, bend your knees as much as you need. Your legs can be straight if that works. We're just going to take 3 breaths. You can close your eyes. The very beginning of practice. And then come back out. Bring your hands down, and I'm just going to walk my hands over to my right foot because that's the front of my mat. So go whichever way into lunge here. So you find your lunge, walk your front foot over a little bit, and then we're just going to come to this straightening and bending thing that I love so much. Hopefully we're all in the same, well, we're all in the same boat anyway. Here, different boats, same storm. All right, and then we'll come down into this lunge. Let's step back to downward dog. Put your knees on the floor if that's a healthier place to be. Take one more breath. Everyone will all bring our knees to the floor. And I'm going to keep my toes tucked under, just take the hips back. Maybe you look forward. If that's there for you, if you need to put your arms somewhere else to support you, you do that. Good. One more breath. Okay, that same foot you had forward is coming forward again. Exact same foot. No change. Just bring it forward as best as you can. We'll turn the opposite hand out. For me, it's the left. And lift the knee up and lift that right arm up. So if you have your left foot forward, do the opposite. Take a breath, and now we go back to this forward fold with the wide legged. So the hands come down, and pivot your feet so you're facing this long side of your mat. Good. Inhale, lift your head and your heart. Exhale and fold. Take 3 breaths. Feel whatever's yours, back to your legs, into your feet, whatever it is. Come back up, and now we're going to just second side. Just walk your hands around, move your front foot if you need to, back foot, and then once you're here, just a little forward to back. Just be very kind. Doesn't have to go super fast. Let's do one more. And we're going to step back again to downward facing dog. We'll just pause here. Another 2 breaths. Good. And place the knees on the floor. Come back to child's pose. So I'm going to open my knees apart, tops of the feet down, hips to heels. And then forehead can rest on the floor or on your hands. Or be wherever you need to be here. And breathe. Feel into the vibratory action you might be feeling in the soles of your feet. Let's do one nice big breath in. Release yourself with that exhale. And then finding your way back to lunge, same foot. So however that's going to happen for you, just find it. Take your time. And then opposite hand turns out a little bit. We'll lift the back knee. Reach the same arm, same foot. Reach up. Open. Nice and strong in your back leg. And then come back to your wide-legged. Yes. Okay. Let's rock the tush a little bit. Rock your hips. Okay. Let's take this a little deeper. So my right foot, I'm going to turn it out about 30 degrees. Walk the hands towards that foot. And then I start to bend the knee. And you might just go this far. But maybe that left foot lifts up. And you just keep coming and use your hands. So you stop wherever, maybe it's all the way here and maybe it's nowhere near. And maybe it's down. You can't do yoga without being willing to fall. So wherever you are, take a breath. And then, nothing else to do but go to the other side. So very nicely turn that other foot out. And you just bend a little bit, be here. If you're here, you really stick your tush out. That changes the weight. Maybe the other foot lifts. You see, I take my hands, I use my hands to really support. Maybe it's here and nowhere near this. It's all good. Okay, and then we'll come out of this. Good. All right, then we're just going to keep the hands on the floor. I'm going to take the right foot and step it right next to the left foot. Boom, just like that. And then maybe you bend your knees, send your hips a little more to the left, press your hands away. And then find your way back to your wide legged. And then the other foot, yeah, it's going to step over. Boop. And take a moment in this, a little bit of a twisty. Okay, from here, guys, we're going to come onto your backs. So maybe I keep my hands where they are and just pivot, pivot, pivot. Come down, roll onto your back and just hug your knees in. And if you need any props here in your head or anything, just take a moment and put it in. Okay. Hanging out here for 2 more breaths. Good, so we've done all this wide-legged stuff. Okay, let's start, maybe just hold on to the outer edges of your feet if you can, like a little bit of Badakanasana. Your knees can come out, the soles of the feet don't have to touch. And if that's not gonna work and it's better for you to hold your pants or whatever it is, then do that. So once you're here, I'm gonna straighten the right leg out to the right and bring the left leg into Badakanasana. So maybe I'm pulling it into the belly, press through your feet, and then you're just gonna switch. So nice and slow, you're gonna take one foot out, one leg in, and we'll just do that a few times. So you just move slowly and feel, oh, this is tight. Being with my breath, moving nice and slow. Okay, don't let your feet just be lumps of dough. Just make them a little bit active here. Okay, so this will be my last one. Move to the left, and I bring the feet back in. Good. Let's take a little happy baby in whatever way you like. So holding on to the outer edges, or maybe the arms, thighs, and then you hold here, whatever it is. Soften your shoulders, your face. Take a breath. Now we're going to open both legs out. So I'm going to hold on to the inner heels, and they don't have to go straight, friends. You just take them out, flex your feet a little bit. Maybe they go straight. Maybe your hands want to move to the inner calves or inner thighs. That feels like that is a better place. Take one more breath. Good. All right, and then bring your knees in. Let's just come back to just holding your knees into your chest. Melt your back to the floor. Okay, so we're going to come back up and we're going to rock and roll. If that's not a place you like to be, then that's totally fine. Just roll to your side and come up. But if you're going to rock and roll, 5 is better than 3, 3 is better than 2, and 2 is better than 1. And then bring yourself up. And once we get here, beautiful. Yeah, or keep going. It's so good for you. How often do we do that? Okay, so I'm going to come back to downward dog, but let's do it this way. So here we are. Just going to lift the tush. Now I'm going to keep one hand on the floor. It doesn't matter which one. Take your other arm up and there you go. And then find your dog. All right. Good. Okay, so 2 ways I'm going to talk you into this. The first way is going to be from the dog. And if you want to drop onto your knees, we can do it from there too. So wherever you are on your knees or in your dog, big toes touch. I'm going to lift the left leg up. So if you just come out behind you if you're on your hands and your knees. Good. Push the right thigh back. And now bring this left knee into your chest. And as you do that, it's almost like a plank. You come forward, you hug it in, you're lifting up everywhere. And now I'm going to take this left leg, just shoot it out to the right. Yeah. Now I'm going to set the hip down. So I just let the leg slide, take the left hip down. Walk your right leg back. You know, figure this out for yourself. Okay, and now I'm bringing the forearms down. I can let the right knee settle to the floor, top of the foot down, it's fine, or you keep it tucked under if you feel. You can get a little more by pressing the heel away. Great, take one more breath. Okay, so here's the next part of this pose, is you might just melt your chest down to the floor and turn your head to look at this left foot out to the right. Now I take my right hand and see if I can hold on to this foot. And maybe not, maybe yes. Okay, the full pose is now I take the left arm out to the side and I turn my head to the left. And then you press out through your feet and breathe. Whatever shape you're in here, you're doing the work. Good. Nice, take one more breath. And then we'll slowly come out. So you bring your hands back, maybe to your forearms for a moment. Tuck the right toes under. And you come up on the hands. Okay, now this is about lifting the hips. So I get really strong through the feet. I'm gonna anchor this baby toe edge of the left foot down, lift the hips up. And then take that leg back, and maybe it goes into the three-legged dog. You lift it up, or you just come to your hands and knees of your dog. And we'll do the other side, hopefully easier. So you stay in your dog, or you drop on your knees. Big toes touch. Lift your right leg up high to the sky. And as you push that right heel away from you, push the left thigh back. And then bring that right knee into your chest. And it really is like I'm just emphasizing this, I'm not sinking, I'm pulling everything in. Now I take that leg out. So the right leg goes underneath and out. You slide and bring your hip down. And then figure whatever this is for you. You can widen the legs and be on your hands, just feel this. And we'll come down on the forearms. You feel that, make any adjustments. You take your time. And then if you're ready to drop down, and come all the way down on the floor. Maybe now the left hand finds this right foot. So just holding onto if you can grab it. If not, it doesn't matter. You just do what you do. The right arm can come out, and then maybe your head turns to the right or to the left, whatever's better. I'm just going to push out through my feet, both feet. Good. Nice. Okay. Now we're not going to come back to downward dog. We're going to find our way back. And then from here, friends, you're just going to turn, and here we are in our wide-legged. Okay, you can put a blanket or your bolster underneath you to sit on. And we're just going to come to a wide-legged here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so here's there's a lift. Lift your heart. Almost want to roll to the front of your groins, your inner thighs a little bit. So this is me on the outside, me on the inside. Outside of the thighs, inside of the thighs. So if you sit up higher, then you might feel that engagement. Then look at your feet. They might want to turn out. Little kids, when they do this, they turn them in. We're just going to go in the middle. Good. So this is kind of how we started in this wide-legged. Take a breath. If it's okay to lift your arms and keep everything where it is, then we just come back to this. Yes. You look up, open your hands, drop the shoulders. And then we'll come to forward fold. So just take the hands down and you just walk yourself in, and you're just looking to feel. Yes. Hello, Smokey. You can see, Sarah, that's a 19-year-old kitty cat. 20. 20-year-old. Oh no, that's the 10-year-old. 20. That's 20. I can add. Okay. That's pretty awesome. And just be here for a few moments. I'm just looking to feel something in the inner thighs. I want this to open nicely. So you could be upright and just drop your head and find it. Good. Take one more moment here. And then we'll just come upright, and we're going to stay in this wide-legged for another moment. Just take the hands behind, or if you want to bring them up, that's fine too. Take the belly in a little bit just to protect your back. Good. All right, so wherever you are, left hand's coming down to the outside. We're going to take the right arm up with a nice stretch and just lean over. If this hurts your inner hips too much, just hold your leg in. You're okay here. Good. One more breath. I'm going to flex my wrist like I'm pushing something away. And then we'll come all the way back up. Keep your left hand on the floor, right arm up. And now we're just going to turn, face this leg. We'll inhale like we're in ballet class. And exhale and start to take yourself forward. And again, hands wherever they need to be. Maybe this hand can reach to the outside of the foot or the leg, but you're just in this shape, allowing yourself to melt. Be with your breath. Notice if you're gripping, and you might need to hold that grip. You can soften into the right hip crease. One more breath. Okay, to come out, I'm going to keep the left hand planted. I'm going to reach the right arm all the way up. I'm going to take it all the way down. And then we'll lift the left arm up and crescent over. So I'm really reaching not over the leg, but kind of past it. Whatever works. Yeah. And then just breathing here. Let's flip that left wrist like you're pressing something away. If you smile, something's going to soften. And then inhale and come up. Keep everything where it is. Turn, face that right leg. And on your exhale, that's where you start to descend. And just find your place here. Be very open to the fact that the two sides could be very different. And you're just looking for the melt. Where can I be that I can be with my breath? Soften a little bit through the left side. It'll come up the same way. So the right hand will stay on the floor. Left arm will come all the way up. We'll take both hands down to the floor. Just find your length. Okay, I'm going to bring both feet in together, maybe at the same time. Maybe no hands. Let's see what happens. Yes! And then give yourself a quick little footy for fun. Okay. All right, guys. So the next thing we're going to do is balance on the sit bones. So sitting on something could be a help or a hindrance. So you'll see. I'm just going to turn to the side. I'm going to start with bringing the knees up. Yeah. Then maybe the hands come back. And you just try and find this. Okay, I'm going to lift the legs up. So you're either here, or you can have your feet on the floor, where you start to take the legs up. Now, you can round back and be on the sacrum. That's fine. Maybe you lift the heart a bit. Maybe the arms come out. Maybe I'm going to lift my legs, lift my heart, reach. You be wherever you are here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, I'm going to come out. Just bring the knees in. Maybe I'll balance so you can put your feet on the floor. And come back to Badakanasana. And then just take a moment, hands behind you, or massage your feet. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do that again. This time I'm going to open the legs out. I'll turn to face you, but it's the same thing. So start by bending the knees. Take your hands behind. Find your place here. Take a moment. Okay, I'm going to bring the legs up. So maybe you hold on or you keep your hands on the floor. Now I'm going to find my inner heels. Oh, maybe it's just a happy baby. I just push the heels away. Maybe the legs open. So it's a lift, lift, lift. Yes, and be willing to fall. It's okay. You're going to control it. You're going to breathe. You're going to enjoy it. And then we'll come out. I love it, love it, love it, right? And then bring your knees in. Maybe the feet come to the floor. You keep them lifted. And then we'll come back to Badakanasana. And just give yourself a little footy. Okay, so we're just going to come back to that pose we did a little bit differently with the leg out. So exactly as you are, I'm going to keep my left shin as it is. Maybe hands on the floor, no hands. I'm going to take right knee, left foot. It's pretty good hip work. And then you're going to turn. And as you turn to face the left knee, let the right hip lift. The hands come down. Okay, now maybe you're just here. That's good. Maybe you want to just stretch that right leg back into pigeon, or we'll take the left leg out, turn the belly, find this again. And it's like an old friend, you know, you've already been here today. Breathe. Maybe you stay here or you go for full pose if that's interesting to you. If not, it's all fine. Push out through your feet. Even if it's bent, your knees are bent, push out through your feet. Good. Okay. Then we come up. And as we come up, I'm going to bring the legs back together like the way they were. Maybe hands on the floor, no hands. Take this Badakanasana. And then second side. So the left knee against right foot, and you turn, then you come down. Let the left hip lift. Do what you need to here. Adjust your legs. Now the left leg can go straight out, and you're kind of in pigeon. So we take the right leg out and find your place. Breathe here. And then if you're going full pose or wherever you're going, go there. Don't let the feet be lumps of dough. Push them out. Okay, and then bringing yourself back. Bring your legs back, and we're going to come back, Badakanasana. However you want to do that. Yeah, and then give the legs a little, your feet, legs, all a little mush. Okay, so next one we're going to do is Firefly Pose, and it's also a balance on the sit bone. So we'll start by going into, let's start with both. So I'm just going to turn to the side, feet on the floor, hands behind, find this place, sit on something, don't, whatever you need. I said you can lean back. That's okay too. You know, here's me leaning back, here's me with my heart open. So whichever one is better for you is good. Okay, let's lift the legs if that's where you're going, or keep them bent. Okay, and then we're just going to come back into Badakanasana. Take a breath. Here's Firefly Pose. Let's do it slowly. I'm going to take my left hand and find my right foot. Then I'm going to lift it up, put this underneath. Remember we did this in class the other day? So it's a little bit different. So here you can put your right hand on the floor. Now you got to do the same thing with the left. You got to find it. Yeah, I know, it's a pretzel. Here's me with my hands up off the floor. Feet are up, I'm balancing. If this is no good, just go to boat or be here. This is the full flower as I tap the feet and I move the hands. Yes, babies, that's whatever it is. Good. Okay, I'm going to come back to the wide-legged out. You might just do one at a time too. Don't feel you have to fight the balance so much. One at a time is better. Yes! Ah! So amazing. You know, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Come on out, Badakanasana. So groovy. Yes. Oh, all good. All right, we're going to forward fold. So take a moment. And then either walk yourself out or take your arms underneath if you like that. This is flower pose, right? The arms underneath. So whichever one, just take your forward fold in your Badakanasana. Melt yourself. The jaw go. So good. One more breath. Good. And we'll walk ourselves upright. Good. Okay, and come back to downward dog. We do it the same way I did before. So take the feet to the floor. It's this, same thing. Up, whichever arm lifts is fine. Turn yourself around. Find your downward facing dog. Okay, I'm going to step to wide-legged. So whichever foot has to come forward, do that. And then walk yourself around and come back to our wide-legged. Say hello, old friend. Yeah. Okay, wag your tail, bend your knees as you need to. Move yourself here. And then come to your center. Inhale, lift your chin and your heart. And exhale and fold into this. Maybe, you might keep your hands on the floor if you need to. Maybe they're going to hold on to your outer ankles. Maybe they're going to come together behind your back. You'll interlace your fingers and extend your arms up towards the sky. Bring the shoulders with you. Tuck your chin a little more. Wherever you are here, we're here for 3 more breaths. Okay. And then release your hands to the floor. Lift your head and your heart. Okay. Right foot's going to touch left foot. Boom. Hello, left foot. And step your right foot back. Left foot to right. Like that. Okay, from here we're coming down onto our tush. So you lift one hand, drop, 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 drop. And then come onto your back. Hug your knees. Okay. Take one more breath. Okay, set your feet on the floor. Pause here. Okay, we're going to go to thread the needle. So if you need whatever you need for supports, blanket under your head is probably the best thing you'll need right now. Okay, then we heel toe our big toes to touch. I say big toes because the heels stay apart a little bit. Now bring your right knee in, give it a little hug, and then cross your right ankle over your left knee. Let's open the arms out to the side, and we're just going to go with this windshield wiper thing. So we'll just drop the right foot to the left, and you come up and drop the right knee over to the right. You let your left foot do the pivoting, going side to side. And you can have your palms up or down, or even on the side. That's happier. Let's do one more on each side, and then we're going to let that right foot come settle on the left side. So you're in this, and if you need to put a block or something under your foot, I'm going to take the left hand and catch hold of this right ankle. Then I turn the head to the right. And just take a few breaths, and you're just really softening through this outer right side. Okay, stay as you are, just turn your head back to center. We're going to take this left hand up to the right knee and bring the knee down. So you're going for twists. So this right foot could go underneath the left knee, and it could go on top if that's better, or you just keep it as it is. Now take your right hand to your right hip. This is the one that's facing the sky. You're going to take the thumb into the hip crease and just find some space here, just for a moment, and then we'll take that right arm back out. You'll turn your head to the right if that's there. Let's just drop in for 3 breaths. Feel free to close your eyes. Okay, you're going to come back up, and you'll just come back up into this cross. Oh, I can already feel the right side of my body is released. Okay, bring this left thigh into your chest, and we'll go to thread the needle. And the hands will go either behind the thigh or on top of the shin. Flex your feet, and then just drop in. Really be here and let whatever stretch you're feeling, just receive it. So you breathe and you soften around it. Whatever you can do here. Tendency is also to kind of drop to the right, a little bit less intense, and to shift over to the left a little bit, and then come back into that dropping. Okay, notice any tension in the shoulders, the face. Just take 2 more breaths. Okay, let's find this leg baby. I'm going to release the hands. Left hand's going to hold the sole of the foot. Right hand's going to hold the knee. The left hand can also hold the ankle. Then set the left foot on the floor. Maybe it goes straight, maybe not. And then we're just gonna rock this baby side to side. Just rock this baby. You've got a lot to open the outer hip. Just feel that. Good. Okay. All right. So now just hold this right shin in wherever it is. Keep the foot flexed. Bend your left leg again if you straightened it. We're going to cross right knee over left knee, just like that. And now bring this package in. And again, hands go on top of the right knee, left knee, behind the left thigh. Okay. And as you hug this in, imagine your thumb is in your hip crease. Pull the hip away from your head. Now I'm going to grab hold of the feet. And it might just be your tops of your, the shins or whatever you've got here, or you stay as you are. And pull these legs towards my head, and the feet are pushing out. Now I'm going to rebalance my hips. So maybe, just a little bit of this rocking. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but just moving the feet, if that is available to you. Good. And then release your legs, set your feet on the floor. You can stretch your legs out or take a Badakanasana, whatever feels good. You can even open the legs out wide. Hands rest, close your eyes, and just be here in this, wherever you are, in this do nothing place where everything happens. It's like in the rest is where the healing happens. Okay. So I'm going to bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. And then just find that place where your big toes are touching. We'll do the same thing second side. So start by bringing the left knee in. And then cross left ankle over right knee. Okay. Now the arms open up to the side, and we're just going to go to this thread the needle windshield wiper. Just moving side to side and nice and slow so you can feel what you're doing. And feel any place that loves this, doesn't. So let's do one more on each side, and then we'll just let this left foot settle over to the right. And if you need to prop it up, do that. And take your right hand, find your left ankle, and you just hold it. And maybe your head turns to the left. And you breathe into whatever is happening. Now I'm going to take that left thumb into the hip crease and just give it a little push away. And then I'll take the hand back out just as this reminder. One more breath. Okay. You're going to bring the head to center. Take the right hand, find your left knee, and bring it down into the twist. And I'm just tucking my left foot underneath the right knee. You make it what you need. And be here. Just receiving, softening. Come out of this and bring yourself back onto your back. Just pause for a moment. Okay, now we move to thread the needle. So opposite interlace your fingers, friends, wherever they're going to go here. Flex your feet. A little bit, doesn't need to be super strong, just keep them active. And then melt into this in whatever you need. And shift a little bit over to the right just to illuminate new, exciting, tight places. Back melt into the floor. Okay, one more breath. And release your hands, find this leg baby. However that works for you, right foot to the floor or right leg stretched out. then we're just going to rock this baby. Okay, so you might notice your whole body is going, and just do your best to kind of keep this action just in this leg and this hip. And bring it to center. Draw it in. I'm going to rebend the right leg and cross left knee right over right knee. Okay. And then we'll bring this in for this little bit tighter, thread the knee wall. Hug it in. Imagine your left thumb and your left hip crease. Draw it away. And then maybe you stay here. This might just be your place. You take your hands, find the soles of your feet or the tops of your shins or whatever it is here. Not tops, I guess it would be the outer side. And just draw everything in. Okay, I'm just going to rock the hips again. So it's like I'm driving a car with a very big steering wheel. And then we'll release. And you might hug your knees in for a moment. And then set your feet on the floor and do whatever you like with your legs. I'm going to stretch mine long, open them out, take the arms out. They're receptive here and open. One more full breath in and side out. I'm going to bring both knees in, just give them a hug. And I'm going to come back to rock and roll. That's not happy for you, just roll to your side. This a few times. You can take the legs, maybe touch them over your head and back, just play with whatever is there. All right, I'm going to do my last one. And then we'll come up and just sit for a moment. Whatever it is, just sit for a moment. Palms up. And close your eyes and rest your gaze. Good. Okay. All right. So we're going to take legs. I'm going to do legs up the wall. If you don't have a wall nearby, that's fine. You can just double up your bolsters or find your couch, or you can even just have a block underneath with your legs in the air if you prefer that. But we are getting towards the end of our practice, so I'm going to do legs up the wall, like I said. If this is nicer for you to be farther away from the wall, to be right close to the wall, do that. And you can also have support under your head or under your hips, whatever you like. Yeah, so I'm going to put this under my head and be a little bit away from the wall. Oh, yeah, we're figuring it out, right? And then I should also say this to you guys, if it's chilly where you are and you want to put on your socks or your sweatshirts, you can do that. So we're going to be in legs up the wall for a few moments here. So however you settle, hopefully this feels very supportive. And you can just let yourself melt in. So however you set up your legs up the wall, support under your head, support under your hips. If your back isn't happy, you might move away from the wall a little bit or just going very close. Good. And we'll just melt here. Receive this invitation of the energy of the legs flowing differently. As we're here, I want you to start to settle into your breath. Everything relaxed. I'm just going to move into nice full inhale. And nice relaxing exhale. Let's do that for a few rounds. Staying with a full inhale from bottom to top. Full exhale from top to bottom. Settle into that breath. And beginning to add in the pause at the top and the pause at the bottom. It could just be 1 second, 1 count, 5 count. Soften the muscles of your face. Be with the flow of your breath. You stay in connection to the flow of your breath. At the same time, notice any tension you're holding, legs and feet and shoulders, your third eye. And just releasing all that breath work. It's coming back to normal breath. Two more moments here. So you might choose to stand legs up the wall. What I'm going to do next is put the block under the sacrum. So I'll place my feet on the floor. You might have to wiggle out, roll to your side. You could also, I'll say it again, you could stand legs up the wall if that's where you want to be. I'm just going to take the support out from behind my head and find my block. And just lift up. So it's just your upside down. So like I said, if you're happy and legs up the wall, you stay there. Otherwise, you just throw a block underneath your hips for a moment. It could be small, like lowest height, middle height, whichever one. Just the same idea of changing the flow. Now the heart is higher than the head, hopefully, or maybe not. All fine. And staying with that softness and melting. So just before we move on from here, again, scanning, softening. So if you're on your block and you want to play a little bit, like I'm pretty close to the wall, I could put my feet up the wall and be on the block, and that's like a different thing. It's kind of neat. Or you could just put your legs up, or you could stay as you are and come off the block. The next pose we're going to do is Shavasana. So really take your time. Offer yourself a little bit of play if that's what you need, or hug the knees in for a few moments, whatever you need to do. Okay. If you want to do legs up the wall for your Shavasana, that's lovely. Just come into lying down. Settling into your rest. Just noticing any place you're still holding. I'm just going to assume we're all settled, and let's just take this moment just to kind of move energy again. So just stay as you are. What I'm going to have you do is just make fists, activate your legs, draw your belly in, crunch your face, and make everything so tight. We'll take a breath. And then as you exhale, let everything let go and soften. Scanning Place you're still holding. Feel your eyes resting into their sockets, dropping deep down. And even feel them spread out to the corners of the eyes. You might feel it more if you bring in a little bit of a smile. No matter how much time we spend here, always a little more we can let go. Feeling into your shoulders, the tops, the front, the back. How much more space is there for you to let go? Staying exactly as you are, and inviting your breath to slowly lengthen. Imagine that this breath is being breathed into every corner, every space within you. Staying in your Shavasana rest for as long as you like, as long as you're able. Coming out, do that very slowly. It's great awakening. The person you were an hour ago, it's not this person emerging. Feeling that, like almost like a rebirth. Take your time. Eventually you'll roll to your side and rest there for a few moments. Coming upright. Again, take your time. There's no rush. We'll just meet when we get here. Once you're upright, just take a few moments to feel, what has shifted and has changed. At the beginning of our Tuesday, or whatever day you're using this video, but we're going to move into whatever's coming next. And just savoring this time of your quiet, in your personal introspective practice space. Whatever's coming, just let it stay there in the future and be here in your present. When you're ready, we'll inhale and lengthen. And exhale, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow your chin with great reverence to this practice and to this body and to this moment, to this time we are here together. Seal this practice with our May We Be Blessed mantra and one Om. As you inhale, lengthen nice and tall, lift your chin. Exhale this breath completely. Inhale fully. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy. May we be happy. Let's seal that with an Om. Inhale. Bowing your chin. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Lift your chin. Your eyes. And offer this. Yes. And offer it out. Way out. Way out. And we're so fortunate in this beautiful country. We move into an election and we know no matter who gets elected, we will be protected and safe. And that's a privilege. So just a reminder to all of us that we're very lucky where we live and where we are, and to be able to practice and to be together in this way is a privilege. So much love, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and maybe I'll see you on Thursday. So much love. Bye, guys.